चालू हो गया? ओके।
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great time in this networking session.
All the participants are requested to post their queries in a chat section. Our expert faculties will address to it at the end of the session if time permits.
This conference is powered by Upstocks and partnered by Coffee Clan and Redacto.
All the participants are requested to attend the entire session as the attendance will be taken during the session timeout. The e-certificates will be awarded only on the basis of this attendance.
Vikasa Baroda has launched an innovative and interactive platform at community.vikasa.org, which will be used by all Western region branches to update students about forthcoming programs and events. We invite all Vikasa branches of Western region and students to join this community. This platform will be an excellent opportunity for the students to discuss their issues and experiences and resolve their doubts.
A very good morning to everyone who has joined us here on this AMIT platform for our CA virtual conference.
We welcome you all to the start of a very informative as well as interesting journey of knowledge for the next 2 days. My name is Toshan B. Mazumdar.
And I am Bhavika Keshwani. We are your host for the first technical session.
The dignitaries gracing this session are CA Anil Bhandari Sir, Central Council Member and Chairman for this session, CA Rikin Patel Sir, Treasurer Baroda Branch, and Mr. Mehul Modi, Managing Committee Member, Vikasa Baroda.
Our paper presenters for this session, Mr. Jay Gupta, Ms. Riya Singh, and Ms. Neha Agrawal.
CA conferences are held every year to gather the students of CA fraternity and to grow this rich profession.
We learn, enjoy, and most importantly, bond with each other during this 2-day conference.
And as Albert Einstein has said, intellectual growth should commence on birth and end only at death. We should learn from every upcoming session and grow ourselves intellectually.
So, without any further ado, and being a hindrance to your entry towards the immense of knowledge, we should begin today's technical session.
Today's first session's topic is transition phase. Life is all about transition. We transited from radios to TVs, from TVs to laptops, from steam engine railways to electric cars. We change, we become better.
To take a live example, due to pandemic faced by us, we transited from meeting real life in conference to meeting virtually for the conference. It does not mean that we are compromising, but it rather means that we are changed to become better and to outfit our issues.
So now, we will begin our first technical session of the day by first welcoming CA Rikin Patel Sir, the Treasurer of Vadodara branch, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, MOC. Good morning to one and all present over here. Our first technical session, transition phase. Here I would like to quote a quote that progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. There is only one thing constant, and that is change. So without wasting our time, our very dynamic session chairman and very knowledgeable paper presenters are here to share knowledge. Happy learning to everyone. Back to MOC.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now I would like to welcome the chairman of this session, C. Anil Bhandari sir, who is a very intellectual and hardworking. He can be recognized as a thought leader who can guide his fellow members in a very natural way. A leader, a teacher, and the inspiration. With this word, we introduce C. Anil Bhandari sir.
Sorry for the delay. We have lost connection with sir. He'll be right back with us. So please just wait for a few minutes.
Okay, now can you see me now? Okay. Hi Vinod. Hi Lincoln. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. We can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, fantastic. So should I start my opening remarks?
Yes, sir.
All right. So very good afternoon to all our dear students in Baroda, and I think again a fantastic organizational attempt putting up a new platform which is highly interactive. I must say that I've seen this for the first time. There are several platforms coming up, but I think this looks pretty interesting and engaging as well for all our students. So, congratulations, Baroda branch. I think you continue to do an excellent job in trying to innovate to deliver interesting content and interesting ways of meeting the content for all the students and members. So, once again, congratulations. And I'm sure you would have had a fantastic opening session, especially with Jay Chera and our president coming in. I think it should have been good. This session is to talk about technology. Now, I don't know 2 or 3 years back when I used to move around and talk about technology, people used to kind of sometimes smile, sometimes listen with a lot of care. But today, I think technology has become so important and ingrained in all of us that most of us understand the nuances of technology. Most of us understand the importance of technology, and especially students. I think young minds are far more aware about technology than any of us actually put together. I was struggling to get onto this platform because I don't have an app on my iPad and I only use iPad. But had it been somebody younger, he would have or she would have quickly, you know, cut across different technology tools and got to this platform. So I'm sure all of you here are far more engaged. You all understand technology far more. But I just thought that let me kind of add a perspective of what's likely to hit you, especially when you're doing your chartered accountancy and getting ready for the world outside. Um, if you were to just look back in the last 1 or 2 years, I'm not sure, students, but if you realize that there is no advertising actually, the advertising which is paid in the newspapers have no impact. So literally, there has been no advertising. The advertising is all virtual, and the advertising is something which is done by yourself, you and me, right? We are the ones who are creating content for the advertising so much that the governments across the world had to get up and tell Google and Facebook to pay for content now. So that has become a very interesting subject, that advertising as a medium, advertising as a media, advertising as a business is likely to undergo a phenomenal change. There will be no work at home actually. Interestingly, during the lockdowns, every one of us would have probably bought the iRobots to clean our houses. So, and I'm not sure if you experience this in Baroda, but I think fantastic pieces of machine which go around your houses, cleaning your houses. So you would probably not see the routine work that our moms and dads or our sisters and brothers, elder sisters and brothers would have kind of faced it. So even the way that you work at home is going through a complete transformation. I used to say that you will not see travel in the future, and people used to smile. And I also used to say that the competition to airlines is not airlines, but the competition to airlines is actually video conferencing software. And people again used to smile at me and maybe sometimes even laugh. How would a video conferencing software become a competition to airline? And here is what we have seen in the last 9 months. Literally, millions of people have been transported through this medium rather than airlines, and the valuation of these companies from 1 or 2 billions have become $45 billion, $50 billion, and all the airlines put together are not valued at so much. Can you imagine so many pilots, so many air hostesses, airports in the world suddenly are not required, but all of us are still able to and capable of traveling. I would attend not less than 40 events across the world in the last. I would have attended 40 events across the world in the last 6 months had there been no pandemic. But suddenly there are no events. There are no events. There are no conferences across the world. And how do you reach out to people? And you have an answer to all of that as well. And you have these virtual conferences up and coming. Today, I think you have Air Meet, and maybe tomorrow you'll have maybe a pitch of virtual reality put into this, and probably I could just come out of the video and come out of the camera and maybe shake your hands. So I don't know if you have seen the Star Wars. I would encourage all of our young students, if they have not seen Star Wars, they should see Star Wars. That was like 10, I don't know, was that 10 years or 15 years back? And everything that you saw in that, including the mobile phones, there used to be no phones before, right? Everything that you saw in that is coming out to be very, very true. I kept saying you will not see holidays, actually, you will end up seeing virtual holidays. Agriculture would be different. Billions and billions of tree has to be planted. How would that happen? That would probably happen by drones, tens and twenties and 30 thousands of drones flying across, going to a zone, and then shooting off bullets to load trees, which is so difficult at this point in time, remotest places on the earth. So I think from news to agriculture to advertisement to education, I think if you look at it, there is not a single industry which technology has probably not touched. And even during this pandemic times, we realize that the restaurants are closed, but the business of food has not come down. The business of food still continues to be the same, or in fact, even more. It's just that the medium of delivery has changed rather than you going to restaurants, food coming at your doorsteps, and so on and so forth. So I think wars would no longer be fought by soldiers. Wars would probably be trade wars or cyber wars. So I think all of this perspective is likely to make you realize that I think the way that we learn and the way that we apply our knowledge is likely to be very different in the century coming forward, and maybe in the just next 1 or 2 years coming forward. As students, I will encourage you now. A lot of students used to come and ask me, what do I learn in technology? Should I do coding? That's not for us. I used to say, no, don't do coding, just do SQL, databases, learn all of that, because that's going to be useful to you. I think I have changed my mind now. I think I would encourage all of you to learn a little bit of coding in your lives. Why? Because the students in the schools, in right from the first and the second standards, are learning how to code Python by a lot of these new age companies which come up and try and teach you coding right from the class levels 1 and class levels 2. So I would encourage all our students, while you're young, while you have the time, please invest some time in learning how to code a little bit, because that would get your logics right. It's not important to learn. It's not necessary that you have to do your coding, but it's important to learn the logics of the coding, the logics of the data structure, and build on something on top of that. I'm not sure where people have already spoken about blockchains of the world, bitcoins of the world, but believe me, all of this will culminate into one. You will not see currencies in the future. You'll probably see the likes of cryptocurrencies. Very soon, you're going to see the likes of cryptocurrencies. And if cryptocurrencies come in, if digital invoices come in, right, and if your accounting solutions change, all of this is going to make your auditing and accounting completely in a thinner world, because right from the currency payments to the accounting statements to the auditing is going to be super electronic in nature. It's going to be a single readable electronic format. So again, that brings us to the next level of understanding as to what are we likely to do and what are we supposed to do in this future. So I think I would encourage all the students here. Of course, like I said, please do a little bit of coding exercise. But more than that now, once you become a chartered accountant, I think chartered accountant should become more of a milestone learning rather than a final destination for all of us. You will have to go and acquire skills which are far different even after you become a chartered accountant. And one or two skills that I would encourage you to learn should be to be very inquisitive in nature, to ask all of those questions: who, when, why, and how. Coming to chartered accountancy, I would assume that all of you would have had a great run in learning the course curriculum that you have. But I think you should start also putting some time and energy on trying to understand a little bit about how artificial intelligence works and a little bit about how machine learning works. And in order to understand artificial intelligence and machine learning, I would also encourage you to understand how algorithms work. Algorithms, you don't need to be a mathematician, but I think you need to get into understanding the logic of how the algorithm is created, because that is going to be useful in the new generation businesses that we are all looking forward to do. So I think all in all, these are exciting times for students, fabulous times for students, because you simply don't have competition now. During our times, we had competition with the existing chartered accountants. So all the existing firms, all the existing chartered accountants that you had, they used to compete with us because they were well settled, they knew what to do. Unfortunately for all of y'all, I think there is no competition because nobody understands what the hell is going to come forward. Nobody understands how the hell is business is going to move in the future. So you are actually starting at a wonderful clean slate. And that opportunity was not available to anybody. That opportunity is likely to be there in the next 2 or 3 years to all our students who are doing chartered accountancy and who have a little bit of tech focus. I had a nephew come to me this morning trying to inquire about music, and he's done his MBA from London University, and he wanted to join events and music company. The only advice that I had for him was, don't go for pure music. Please go for AI ML based music composition, and you're learning, at least you're starting, because that would probably put you in the right direction. So similarly, I just want to end this conversation by saying that as chartered accountants, if you were to come and ask me or anybody for that matter today, I think all of us should be suggesting one thing to you, that chartered accountancy with a little bit of tech is like a necessity today. And if you're slightly more engaged, please get into a deep dive and bury your hands into technology, because I think it will be important for you to understand all of this, how it moves across the world. So I think setting the context right, I would like to pass it on back to Vinod and Rinkin and the team to be able to have our paper presenters present their papers. And I'm sure we will have a quick chat after they make the presentation. So thank you, Baroda, Vikasa. As always, pleasure to be here. And let's look forward to your paper presentations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now is the time to welcome the paper presenters who have worked really hard for presenting their topics. The topics which were chosen by the Board of Studies are not only informative but also interesting and visionary.
That's true, Roshan. This session's topics are really something which we need to know and can relate to. The first topic is transition to the office automation and the artificial intelligence. This topic is being represented by Mr. Jai Gupta from Nagpur.
The second topic is the transition to consultancy, data analytics, and research based approach. This topic is being presented by Ms. Ria Singh from Lucknow.
And the third topic is transition to the new service gateway to the world. This topic being presented by Ms. Neha Agrawal from Mumbai.
I now request CA Anil Bhandari sir to take charge of the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. So, would we like to invite the first speaker on artificial intelligence? Jay? Is that
Yes,
Jay?
sir.
Yeah, hi, Jay.
Hello, sir.
Let's hear you on artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Yes, sir. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Your screen is also visible.
Yes,
Okay. Sir Clarence Darrow has once said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent one, but the one that is most adaptable to change." The same applies to chartered accountants as well. Technology advancement has been changing the working patterns of CA in last few years. Artificial intelligence and office automation are providing CAs with galore of opportunities. Modern era requires CAs to be on their toes to provide exceptional client services. That is, it requires CAs to make a transition from older ways of operating Office to a smart CA Office. Good afternoon to one and all. I, Jay Gupta from the Orange City, Nagpur, is presenting before you on the topic the transition to smart CA Office, use of office automation, and artificial intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our topics for today's discussion includes prelude, that is the basic introduction, meaning of office automation and artificial intelligence, boost to office automation and AI due to COVID-19, role of office automation and AI in audit, how office automation and AI helps in auditing, we're gonna cover here, need for the transition to smart CA office. Here comes our most important question, why we need a transition to smart CA office, benefits of smart CA office, impact on the workforce. Here we're going to cover the how automation impact the workforce. Will automation replace the need of chartered accountants? How much is auditing susceptible to computerization? All those we are going to cover here. And finally, conclusion. Sir Sundar Pichai has said, AI is a co-transformative way by which we are rethinking how we are doing everything. After long frustration with AI winters, we are now witnessing AI springs, which brings with it compelling benefits. AI helps you automate work while improving staff efficiency. Auditing firms which are using AI in their auditing and advisory services are seeing benefits such as time saving, faster data analysis, increased level of accuracy, more in-depth insights into business process, and enhanced client services. How? We are going to see that in detail in the later part of the PPT. So what is office automation and artificial intelligence? Office automation refers to varied computer machinery and software used to digitally create, collect, store, manipulate, and transfer information needed for accomplishing basic tasks. The basic activities of an office automation system includes raw data storage, electronic transfer of information, and management of electronic business information. In layman language, if I have to define office automation, it is a software needed for accomplishing basic tasks. Artificial intelligence. The term AI describes computing systems that exhibit some form of human intelligence. It covers a number of interlinked technologies including data mining, machine learning, speech recognition, image recognition, and sentiment analysis. Sir Jan LeCun has simplified it and said, our intelligence is what makes us human, and artificial intelligence is an extension of that quality. Importance of AI. When AI is blended with automation, it maximizes the firm's profit by utilizing the minimum manpower, yet in a right and creative manner. It helps in management of several tasks in the office. Even employees' work becomes less tiring. Boost to office automation and AI due to COVID-19. COVID-19 has changed the way of doing businesses, and professionals like CS are not out of the zone. Prior to the pandemic, most of the small and medium CA firms were not putting efforts to get their offices digitalized or adapt new emerging technology solutions. They were reliant on traditional desktop-based manual accounting system, and the data was lying on their premises as they were used to it for a long time. Coronavirus-induced lockdown has changed the way CAs do their businesses of filing ITR, GST return, and other compliances. So what are the major improvements happened during COVID-19 in CA profession due to automation? ICI has recommended its members to use cloud-based compliance tool. Earlier this year, fintech operator Hostbooks has signed an agreement with ICI to encourage the use of technology and office automation among CAs. Hostbooks has observed a significant increase in users' cloud-based platform. The tax filing and investment portal, ClearTax, has recorded a 30% jump in its usage in the cloud platform by CAs. Role of office automation and AI in audit. Breakthrough innovations in office automation and artificial intelligence are eliminating a number of tedious and labor-intensive manual processes. Office automation reduces the amount of manual and time-consuming data collection, and that's just the beginning. The even bigger benefit is the ability to generate new kind of insights that take audit to the next level. It provides auditors with more resources, tools, and time to strategically apply their most important skills, that is professional skepticism and judgment, to business processes, controls, risk, etc. For example, using the latest technologies, CA can analyze complete sets rather than sample. It helps in reducing risks since the unusual transactions don't slip through the cracks. So what are the needs for transition to Smart CA Office? Many of you, after becoming CA, will open their own offices. So how will automation and artificial intelligence will provide you edge over other CA firms? We're gonna cover here. Effective task and compliance management, efficient file organization, receivables management and effort estimation, password sharing and sensitive information dissemination. We will gonna cover each one in details. Effective task and compliance management. CA firms are involved in multiple compliances of their clients amounting to thousands of tasks. Due to absence of robust tracking system, CA might miss out few tasks considering the pressure under which a CA generally operates. Office automation ensures that all tasks are taken on record. Efficient file organization. Data is the heart and soul for any CA firm. Organizing data has gained immense importance in today's era because of the sheer volume of data which a CA has to deal on a daily basis. In a CA firm, it typically takes some time to navigate the files and folders on which the team manager has to work. Office automation will help in reducing haphazardness of organizing data by creating a link between data and task. Receivables management and effort estimation. Managing receivables determines the financial success of a firm. At times, firms get so busy in meeting deadlines that they forget billing the clients. It becomes very important to keep a track of the receivables, which can be done with the help of office automation. Password sharing and sensitive information dissemination. Confidentiality is an important aspect of CA client relationship. Clients share numerous passwords with their clients and expect them to keep it confidential. In the best case scenario, only the person who is filing the returns should know the password, and that too for a limited period of time. Firms can also decide the team members to whom the client's sensitive details will be visible. Benefits of Smart CA Office. Anytime access, enhanced productivity, provide features especially designed for CAs, support any practice size, better team management. Again, we are going to see that in details. Anytime access. With the use of mobile app, which most of the service providers provide, team members can plan their work while going to office. They can fill their timesheet on the way to home. Thus, they can be productive during the office hours. Further, being cloud-based means data can be accessed at any time and from anywhere. Enhanced productivity. According to many studies on efficient office practices, automation of operational activities results in increased productivity. Where any office is automated in its entirety, productivity can go only one way, that is high up. Once implemented, it holds great promises in terms of improving overall efficiency for the CA firm. Provide features especially designed for CAs. CA task management needs are unique to their profession. Generalized task management tools are not a perfect fit for CAs. Those general tools do not have features which are essential for practice management like digital signature management, client password access protection. Support any practice size. Small to mid-sized offices will find it very easy to integrate software into their practice. Office automation and task management are now become a child's play where tasks can be generated and allotted by mere mouse click. Larger firms will find partner-wise, branch-wise reporting to be very helpful. Better team management. Human resource is the most important resource for a CA firm. The team dashboard gives an idea as to which team member has how much work on his hand, thus helps in work allocation among the team members. Further, the time reports helps in tracking efficiency. Team members can collaborate remotely to accomplish a task. Based on the research, below is the probability of occupations susceptible to computerization. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, accountants and auditors are 94%. Let me repeat once again, 94%, 94% susceptible to computerization. So, which brings to us a question: will automation in accounting replace the need of chartered accountants? And the answer is definitely no. It cannot replace the experience and judgment of auditors, nor can it understand and manage the relationship between firms and clients. AI works alongside people, automating large and complex data tasks, and it assists with decision making when it comes to identifying misstatements and determining risk. And office automation will help CS to work better and smarter to optimize their time, enable them to use their human judgment to analyze the broader, deeper set of data and documents. Office automation and AI is no longer a theoretical possibility. It's here. It provides CS with a galore of opportunities, but at the same time, a lot of risk to consider. Now is the time for auditor to play a leading role, get fully involved, and help their business get it right from the outset. To conclude, CFM can be managed without automation as well, but it would be time consuming and highly inefficient. Modern era requires CS to be on their toes to provide exceptional client services. No long-term growth without automation possible. Sir George Bernard Shaw has rightly said, progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. To conclude, I want to end it with saying, इन सितारों को आंखों में सजा कर रखना, इन सितारों को आंखों में सजा कर रखना, आगे फिर रात ही रात होगी, मुसाफिर है हम भी, मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, मुसाफिर है हम भी, मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, राहों में चलते चलते फिर मुलाकात होगी. Thank you. You have been a wonderful audience. Over to you, MOC.
Thank you, Jay. I think that was a good presentation. Very quick and with a lot of messages. I would have loved to see a little more AI in there, but doesn't matter. Let's talk to Ria Singh now. Ria, are you ready? Is Ria? Hi, Ria.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Ria, you're audible.
I think I lost connection now little while.
You're audible now.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. May I begin to present?
Please do.
Okay. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see your presentation. Blow it up.
Is it visible now?
Yes, perfect. Perfect.
Thank you for confirming. Good afternoon, one and all present here. This is Ria Singh, article assistant at Satan Associates, Lucknow. Speaker to at the technical session on the topic the transition to consultancy, data analytics, and research-based approach. When someone talks about consultancy, it is more of the fame they associate with. The word means a business or act of solving some real-world problem or business issue. Businesses generally needed to help them improvement upon various fronts like increasing sales or streamlining process. Consultants were always looked as independent contractors to deliver solutions on time and in full. Earlier, the solution to these problems came in form of advice, elaborated in form of report. But now we see consultancy has become an extensively research-oriented and analytic-based approach. In this paper, I have tried to explore the transition to consultancy from advisory solution to data-based and how this approach has been followed by consultancy firms across the globe with present trends and some use cases. This is the agenda of the paper. that we'll go forward with. We'll begin with to see the starting of consultancy, then the role of data analytics and research-based solution, then the application that is industry defined, the various tools and use cases, moving on to the benefits of data analytics and research-based approach in consultancy, and finally the challenges that are faced during the adoption of the approach. The first topic. Before we take up the deep dive into how analytics is shaping consultancy, it is really important for us to know the brief history, how actually consulting began. It actually traces back to Industrial Revolution 2, that is late of 1800s and early 1900s, when actually scientific management came into being. The boost of business and the industrial avenues that grew up pushed the upsurge of the business consulting, and this led to a rise this led to the rise of consulting firms in a large number. On the left side of the slide, we see a basic timeline which shows the movement of consultancy to the present 21st century, and we see that today data has become the goal for companies now, and data companies are becoming more and more data centric and involving analysis based approach in problem solving. On the right side of the slide, we see the market size of the consultancy business has grown to about $300 million, and consultancy services provided in various industries and functional area has grown to more than 200. The market size of the leading consultancy firm worldwide in 2018 is tabulated, can be seen in the graph below. Now we move to the second topic, that is the role of data analytics and research-based solution. Over the years, we have seen a complete shift due to technology in most of the industries, and consulting being one of them. The tried and tested traditional techniques of decision making are facing a stiff challenge against the data scientists, fast computers, and research and analytics based approach. On the left side of the slide, we see the 4 types of analytics that play a major role in consultancy, that is descriptive, predictive, diagnostic, and prescriptive. Descriptive analysis is majorly based upon describing upon the problem based upon the data that is incoming and data mining. Predictive analysis helps in predicting a future course of action. Diagnostic analysis determines by looking into the past and why certain things are happening, and prescriptive analysis is basically based upon some rules and recommendation and paving a way for future. On the right side of the slide, we see the capabilities that have been acquired by most of the top consultancy firm in these years, and we see the major chunk of the abilities that have been acquired by companies is actually driven by technology and digitization. Moving ahead now, with the sufficient research at the back end and the use of sophisticated analytics tool, decision making has become a very concrete process now. The shift of analytics and research-based approach helps in creating value for customers in a variety of ways. This slide actually describes, and I have prioritized here the 4 roles that basically data analytics play in the present business scenario and in consultancy business. First, that is data-driven decision making with the use of data visualization and actually helping out to see the useful, valuable insights into the data. Decision making has become more a data-driven process. Second, that is surfacing customer needs because of the and improving upon performance with the large amount of data related to customers, employees, vendors, business process that is available. One can boost their productivity and increase sales. The third, that is innovating business models and product and services. The research-based approach has actually provided the next-gen products to be made available and to be developed. And finally, better customer experience, because by drilling down upon the data and researching on the customer needs, one can easily target upon the customers and make available the things that can enhance customer experience. Moving ahead on the agenda, we will see the application of data analytics that is industry defined. Regardless of the industry type, data analytics has become a quickly deployed mode for parsing, and these tools are no less than arsenals for business in these days. The major industries that are deploying research and implementing data analytics are retail, healthcare, media entertainment, banking, logistics and transportation, energy, and manufacturing. Retail, in retail industry, we see the customer behavior patterns, study of trends, demand forecasting are the major areas in which data analytics is getting used. Media entertainment, in fact, is the first of its kind to use data analytics in targeting advertisements and giving personalized content. Energy industry and manufacturing industries are streamlining their process, improving upon their buy and make decision, and improving their product performances with the help of the data analytics approach only. Now we will see the tools and use cases. In the current digital environment, a wide variety of sources generate a tremendous amount of data, and this data is actually unstructured. When converted into a usable form and is structured, it can provide useful insights and help upon decision-making capabilities. With the wide range of data tools that have become available to us now, help in converting the data in terabytes and zettabytes into some useful insights. The tools that enable companies to crunch their big data sets into some usable and valuable actionable insights are Hadoop, NoSQL, MapReduce, Microsoft Yarn, Tableau, Python, SAS, Splunk, R. And Microsoft Excel is one of the most commonly used tool among our fraternity. Now we will see some real world use cases. Across the world, there have been many instances of use of data analytics to address various critical problems of business, and they have proved really successful. Some of them are listed here, like PepsiCo. PepsiCo, which is an American multinational food giant, used data analytics for forecasting and reconciling the production and shipment needs. Amazon Fresh, which is a grocery delivery brand, that has used data analytics in determining customer purchasing trends and supplier interaction with them. United Overseas Bank, which is a Singapore-based bank, has used data analytics to develop a solid risk management strategy for itself. Coca-Cola, which is an international beverage corporation, used data analytics not only to satisfy its customers, to retain them, and also to upsell its new product. Netflix, as we all know, has become the number one internet entertainment service provider, has able to retain this position using the insights of the data analysis that it has done, and it provides the subscribers with the best data, with the best available stuff that can make available. And Uber with its approach in data analytics has been able to upsurge its revenue and has seen a growth of about $51 million. Now we will see the benefits of data analyst and analytics and research-based approach in consultancy. Actually, data analytics and research-based approach and the problems and such driven problem solving has proved to be a boon for the industry because of the following benefits it provides. First, that is, it gather hidden insight. First, the basic thing about business is that the uncovering of hidden facts, and data analytics has really helped into that. Then improved decision making because of the insights that it provides. By eliminating guesswork, planning has become a more concrete process than looking and leaping into somewhere dark. Then it generates reports which further help into taking up of actions, performing market analysis, more efficient operations, and finally, the product development. Finally, we are moving to the last topic, that is the challenges faced in applying the approach. The first of them being accessibility issue in terms of making data available to all types of skill set of people. Then finally, the data security, as because as the amount of data grows, so do the privacy and security issues also. Data quality maintenance, as the amount of data is enormous, the scrubbing of data for duplicates, errors, absences, conflicts, inconsistencies has become equally important. And then lastly, finding the right types of tool and platform, because the amount of data is increased, so do the tools available for it, which requires the user to actually find out the apt tool for using finding out that which tool will provide the best usable format to itself. With this, we move on to the end of the presentation. But actually, data analytics has become a key competitive edge and means of growth for firms. Consulting firms have reinvented their strategies and built framework with the use of research-based approach and deployment of data analytics. The prominence of research-based approach and data analytics doesn't eliminate the need of traditional consultants. Consultancy is still a standstill with deep knowledge on business process market, and all these get backed by research and data analytics. Big data analysts are not perfect substitute for traditional business consultants. Rather, they bring us an immense opportunity for consultants to ask the right question and to arrive at right answers. Before I end, I would like to quote lines from McKinsey, which is one of the leading business consulting firm. If you are comfortable with the field of business you are, but you never use analytics, you are just leaving a lot of money on the table for your competitors. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you. I think if all of you can hear me, that was a good presentation. You have put a lot of data and relevant points in there, Ria. So thank you so much.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
neatly made and researched as well. So let us move on to our next speaker. Is that Neha? Are you ready, Neha? Hi, Neha. Please go ahead. We can't hear you. Mm, is that a problem with me or anybody else? Can you hear Neha?
No. Neha, please.
Neha, maybe your mic,
No,
maybe
sir.
your this mic and earphone has a problem. No, we can't. No. Mm, what you need to do is it's showing as red. No, we can't hear you, Neha. Um, you're not on mute.
Neha, we can't hear you.
Uh,
There
Let
seems to be some kind of technical error. No, you are
no,
still not audible.
Neha, your mic or are you on low voice on your mic? Just try and increase your volume. Just go to your mic in the bottom, maybe your speaker. Is there a mic problem? Is your mic working?
So we are trying to contact her and tell her on call.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Everyone, please wait. No, Neha, we can't hear you yet. Everyone, please wait. We have contacted with Neha. There is some kind of an issue, so she'll be right back with us.
So I think so far the two presentations which are made have been fairly good, and I would only say that yeah, Neha, you're coming up. The office automation and what? Yes, Neha. Try it again. I think there is some problem with your mic, Neha. Either the computer, laptop mic. Just try and connect this again. Your
If you can, please remove the earphones and try it then. Till we can connect to Neha, I'd like to announce one more thing. Uh, that Vikasa Baroda has launched an innovative and interactive platform at community.vikasa.org, which will be used by all Western region branches to update students about forthcoming programs and events. Everyone, please join and make your profile on this website. It would be helpful to you as well, the next upcoming future generation CS students. Community.vikasa.org.
Baroda, you guys are so innovative. You all should have actually chartered accountants becoming students becoming chartered accountants without having to take exams, right? That will be like cool innovation, correct?
Sir, it would definitely be a very interesting thing, sir.
So, what do you think? Is that likely to happen in the future? Becoming chartered accountant without having to take exams?
No, I don't think that would be possible.
So, I think you should write this down on a piece of paper. In the next 10 or 15 years, you'll probably get a degree without having to take an exam. Okay, and hopefully, if Rinkin and Vinod make it to Central Council, I'm sure you will also have a chartered accountancy without having to actually take exams. Yeah,
We would definitely note it, sir, and we'll see how it goes in the future.
yeah. Remember me, if you do this without taking exams.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
You're taking your finals. You have taken your finals.
Uh, Sir, sir, and all the viewers, there's been a little bit change. We cannot connect to Neha right now directly live. So we have a recording of her whole paper. So we'll be connecting that.
Hello,
Please connect the recording right now.
hello.
Uh, Arpan, please
Yeah,
do it.
ac- actually, we have not received his video, so please, her video.
The selection process was that everyone had to send a video presentation of their own papers. So since we can't connect to Neha directly live, we are connecting the video which she sent for her presentation for her selection, and that's what's going on right now. So please, everyone, please stay tuned because the presentation will be really very informative and knowledgeable. So it would be a good thing for you only if you stay with us, please. And we are very sorry for the inconvenience, but since this is something which is done first time, virtual CA conference, we all knew that there might be some kind of technical conflicts and technical problems, but we are going to overcome it, and please stay with us for a few moments.
Thank you.
Since we just had a new update. Okay, so we just got to know. We are unable to play Neha's video. So, Anil sir, we hand it over to you to make the decision on what we should do next.
No, so I think if we don't have a choice, I think we should go ahead with the two presentations that we have in the interest of time and the entire program. So never mind. I think Neha, you try to do your best. Sometimes technology also fails, and I'm sure we will keep improvising this.
Anil sir, Anil
Yes.
sir, sorry to interrupt. We have the recording and it's working.
Oh,
And
cool. Why don't we play it then?
okay, we are working on that. Please give us 2 minutes.
Okay, okay. Very
Okay.
good.
In the
Thank you.
meantime, everyone, please, if you have any questions regarding the sessions presented earlier, please ask the questions in the chat box and make this session more interactive, like if it was a real live conference.
Anybody has got any ideas how to become a chartered accountant without having to take exams? Put this in the chat box.
Uh, sir, Anil sir, it is good suggestion. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. Anybody who can be innovative and think through becoming a chartered accountant without having to take exams. Any ideas?
How about
Dinesh, you
practical?
have one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Anil sir, how about doing practical projects and achieving the results for particular industry, say specialization?
Vinod sir, sorry to disturb.
Yeah.
Anil sir and Vinod sir, we have the video and we are ready to go.
Yes, please play the video. Share the
Yeah,
screen
यार,
and play the
इतना
video.
इतने अच्छे स्टूडेंट्स लोग अभी चार्टर्ड बन रहे थे विदाउट
Yeah, are
एग्जाम.
you ready? Okay.
Okay, shoot.
Start. Yeah.
Good morning, dignitaries and my dear colleagues. I, Neha Agrawal, would like to thank Picasa Vadodara for giving me this opportunity to present my paper on the transition to new services Indian CA can offer to the world. Chartered Accountant. This designation is very important and it is given by our own Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Motto of ICAI is Here Esha Sukteshu Jagrati, which means the person who is awake when others are asleep and shape their desire is the one who achieves what he wants. ICI is the only licensing cum regulating body in the field of audit and financial accounts. As a result of which, individual qualities and this peculiar feature of institute, Chartered Accountant has established statutory monopoly in audit of financial statements under Companies Act 2013, Income Tax Act 1961 and various other acts. But the noteworthy thing is, members who have COP in their hand can only sign the accounts and audit reports of the companies. COP is granted by the Council of the ICAI on specific cases. Conventional services offered by CA include accountancy, auditing, and taxation. But now, as the time is passing, transformation has taken place. CA has become a professional course with various opportunities in hand with best salary packages. Now CA offers bouquet of services which include financial reporting, assurance, international taxation, risk assessment, performance measurement, management consultancy, e-commerce and many more. Differentiators. Capability building exercise is conducted by ICAI. institute at the base level offers orientation and IT training to polish the communication skills and technology skills. Then it offers GMCS and advanced ITT. Also, various certificate courses like CISA, DISA, etc. are offered. Indian CA also has an edge over others since we have the capability to understand industry in a more efficient manner, which is valued by the businessmen. We also have cost advantage. It is always beneficial to appoint an Indian CA than to appoint CA locally by foreign firms. CA gets an advantage in the form of exemption in other papers of ACCA, CPA, etc. For example, ACCA has 14 papers, but CA has to appear for only 5 papers. Therefore, it is easier to practice in other countries. Along with these exemptions, Institute has also entered into Memorandum of Understanding with various countries like Australia and various other countries of Western Europe. Because of this, it is easier for Indian CA to go abroad, clear the exams and practice here. Services are also offered digitally by CA, which helps to reduce time, cost, etc. CA is also present globally. Indian CAs are in good demand in West Asian countries like Australia and Singapore. In case of foreign operations, companies having Indian operations are hiring Indian CAs, but in other cases, CA has to go abroad, appear for the local exams, clear exams, become member of that local institute, and then he or she can start with his own practice. The statistics given on the slide shows that how USA, Australia, UK, New Zealand and many more countries demand CA. So CA is very much in demand. Now we are moving on to modern time services offered by CA. CA has offered various services. Options for CA include banking, insurance, investment management, stock broking, portfolio management. We can also go and start practicing in big fours like KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, etc. We can also start with our own teaching institution. We can enter as corporate trainers, etc. But along with these options, we have also many responsibilities which we have to fulfill to become a successful professional. We are starting with the first one, that is financial reporting. Business starts and ends with money. When the question of recording these monetary transactions come, financial reporting plays a vital role. All the monetary transactions are recorded as per time, place and after following the rules of accountancy. Various standards like AS, Ind AS, IFRS, GFRS are taken into consideration while offering this service. Next comes assurance. Chartered accountants are specialized in training, skill and judgment, and these three are the most important skills while we offer this service. Accounting principles are tested. Accounting principles like consistency, etc. are followed or not is very important when a CA states whether the accounts are showing true and fair view or not. Narendra Modi has stated that signature of chartered accountant is more powerful than of Prime Minister, and this power is given by this service, that is of assurance. Now we are moving on to international taxation. Every businessman reminds of CA at least once every year, that is while filing his or her income tax return. CA, because of his advanced training and skills in the field of accountancy, is best at preparation of income tax return. Not only this, he can also represent assessee in front of income tax department. He is best in the field of consultation. MNCs have business globally. They purchase and sell cross-border. International transfer pricing is again a very good area for CA. Cost accountancy very important for manufacturing, and cost of production, etc., is ascertained by a CA only. Special company work, company right from formation to financial structure to liquidation has many documentation related works which is done by a CA. Investigation, who, what, where, why, when, how, every question is to be analyzed. Audit leads to this investigation. Everything has to be analyzed in detail. CA has the best analytical skills, so again this service is performed by a CA. Next is directorship. Member of the institute holding senior position in companies become directors. Nowadays this is well recognized and well known service. Management accounting, forming policies, analyzing policies, implementing them, and again reviewing them is very important for management, which is done with the assistance of a CA only. Share valuation is very important, especially when business amalgamates, mergers, demergers, etc. There are various techniques for share valuation. These all techniques are very well known to a CA. So CA is the best person to perform this work. E-commerce. Only performing and recording is not sufficient. Preservation of accounts is also very important. 7 to 8 years are minimum to preserve accounts. So testing the system is important, and hence e-commerce is again handled by a CA. Next, we move on to risk assessment. Identify, assess, control, and review risk. Managers and investors are interested to know whether the company in which they are investing is risky or not. So, CA is trustworthy. Performance measurement. Efficiency and effectiveness are key factors. Input output ratio, actual versus center, is compared, and CA gives his valuable advice on these matters. System quality, that is system design, information system management, control, evaluation, all these form part of this service. Continuous assurance, that is the time gap between performance of activity, recording, and audit. This time has to be reduced, and it is reduced, which is again done because of a CA. Next comes to change management. Nowadays change is very important, so companies hire those human resources which can work in this changing environment with the advice of a CA. Outsourcing. Now we have seen that CA performs how many services? There is a bouquet of services which CA is offering. So it is very important that CA recognizes services which he will perform himself and those services which will be outsourced. This will save time, cost, etc. It will also lead to timely delivery of service, which will lead to client satisfaction. Other services include management consultancy, budgetary advice, etc. But we have to guarantee quality, service, and reliability. COVID-19. Since last few months, entire nation is experiencing the system of lockdown. Offices are shut, but the services of CA is not shut. CA is offering services online. Because of this, the provoking thought that has entered into mind of CA is client and CA, wherever they are, distance is not at all important. The nation is witnessing change. That is, initially Western CA were in demand because of command over English, but now Indian CAs are in demand because of brand value offered by them, that is service, quality, reliability, timeliness, their knowledge, the vast knowledge of law that they have. Also, the same can be experienced with number of Indian speakers in international webinars. Hope this continues.
Thank you, Neha. I think that was a great presentation. Unfortunately, you could not blow up your presentation, but I think the way that you articulated it, and I think even the slides, while the visibility could be slightly low, have been neatly arranged. So thank you so much. I think a fantastic presentation. All right, back to you, MOCs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all the paper presenters. It was really informative. I would also like to thank Arpan Shah, the technical person who is behind this, who made it possible for Neha to and for every one of us to Neha's presentation. So thank you, Arpan, for that. We also appreciate and acknowledge the tough task done by the judges of this session, CA Manish Bakshi sir and CA Nayan Kothari sir.
I now invite Mr. Mehul Modi, Managing Committee Member, Vikasa Vadodara, to propose her formal vote of thanks for this session.
Am I audible? Yes. So thank you, MOC. Hello everyone. This is Mehul Modi, registration head of Vikasa Vadodara. Firstly, I would like to thank our session chairman, CA Anil Bhandari sir, for his influential presence. I would also like to thank our session judges, CA Manish Bakshi sir and CA Nayan Kothari sir, for their critical analysis.
We have lost connection with Mr. Mehul Modi. So till then, till we get him back, I'd like to ask C. Anil sir to answer the question which is asked in the chat box by Jenil Parikh. How to improve your language and drafting skills? Sir, anything, sir, please.
So I think if you would like to improve anything in terms of drafting, language, speaking, I would always suggest you to take a short 15 days course. It helps you to build up and gives you an approach to anything that you would want to do. So my suggestion would be that you should go in for a small course on writing reports. They will give you the final art of what is required to go in the report. Of course, over a period of time, if you don't do that over a period of time, you will realize this yourself. But I think you should take up a small course on all of this, even public speaking. These help in the future and they are going to be very important now. Yep.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Janil, I hope that we could do justice to your question.
Yes, Janil is saying yes, he will do it. We will ask him. We will ask him after 6 months.
Yeah, sure, sir. Okay, so we are not able to connect with Mehul. So thank you everyone for being here. Our next session will start at 2 p.m. Till then, enjoy the networking platform and have the lunch break, and we'll meet again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.